Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining us today. And hi, this is Tanushree Bhattacharya, and I'm super excited today because I have with me a very stupendous, very cute friend of mine, Trupti. So Trupti, thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm really very happy to welcome you. I'm very excited to welcome you. You have been somebody who's been with me since my eighth grade.
Fifth standard, fifth grade, I guess.
Fifth grade, right? But I think
Sister
we started
Melanie.
becoming close in Sister Melanie.
Yeah. Sister Melanie was a class teacher.
Right.
Yes.
So Mount Carmel School, that's where we have come together. And I still have that image of yours जहाँ पे आप ऐसे थे जहाँ पे you were like this very simple girl. मुझे दुनिया से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, मुझे अपना काम करना है, मेरी लाइफ तो अभी से सॉर्टेड है. यानी when we grew up, when we actually being in this industry of learning and development, जब मुझे ये रियलाइज हुआ कि कंटेंटमेंट क्या चीज होती है, यानी खुद के चीजों में खुश रहना क्या होता है, आई रियलाइज Trupti तो ऑलवेज हैज बीन इन दैट जोन.
Completely happy zone.
Right, so means you already were in that very simplistic zone wherein your goals and your dreams were मुझे तो किसी आश्रम में जाके शांति से रहना है, मुझे किसी से कोई लेना देना नहीं है, और भगवान के घर में मुझे उनको सर्व करना है और उन्हीं के साथ मुझे अपनी जीवन व्यतीत करनी है.
Correct.
All of this, and suddenly I hear Trupti is telling me मैं लॉ पढ़ रही हूँ.
Yes.
So, from that zone to becoming a lawyer, and today you're heading multiple trusts. You are the, managing editor of Manubhai newspaper.
Mahanubhav Sandesh newspaper.
Mahanubhav, right.
Mahanubhav Sandesh newspaper. Fortnightly
Mahanubhav
newspaper.
Sandesh, fortnightly newspaper. And I think it's a almost 10,000 people से ज़्यादा ही कुछ reach है उसकी भी.
Yes. It is circulated, 10,000 copies we publish, and it is circulated all over the country, right from Jammu, Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Calcutta, Bombay, everywhere. All over Maharashtra,
So,
all over the country.
I mean, that's a real long journey that you have made in your kitty, yaar. So I really want to welcome you, and I want to really ask you about, this journey that you have, with, I have never seen you having a high hope that, I'll become somebody, I'll have my name, fame, or I'll have this designation, to where you have reached today. What transformed? What changed? I mean, the strong vision that you have got today, the passion that you are living with today, when did it emerge? How did it happen? Please.
As you said, I'm the same person. My aim is still to go to the ashram and lead my life at ashram, and sooner or later I will go and I will achieve that too. But there are some additions to my aims now, and actually, since childhood I was fond of my father, and I was so fond of him that I followed him. I asked him thousands and thousands of questions, and he used to like answer all my questions so quietly, so patiently, and so nicely. And then I started following him. I started going wherever he went. I accompanied him, and slowly I started to kind of assist him. And then even I took interest in what he was doing. He explained me as to what is the importance of his work. Why is he into that direction? Why is he so much devoted and so much into the development process? I mean, our house is like a mantralaya of Mahanubhav sect. Whatever issues, whatever stuff is happening in our panth, it is like first person is like my father. He was there to take care of all the things, and all people used to approach him, be it whatever the matters were at that time. And many issues like temple issues were there, some approach roads issues towards our temple. There were not no proper connectivity to the temples, or no electricity, and some facilities, and even girls education. And even like he adopted a village, that is Riddhapur. He adopted that village, and he literally built toilets over there, roads over there, proper connectivity. He met all the like political concerns. Like he was into all the local authorities. Also, he approached the local authorities up to the CM, and he made the development plans of not only Riddhapur but also of several religious places. So that is what pulled me, and I started taking interest in it, and I loved it, and I said, yes, I have to assist my father, and that was there.
So how did you get that point? This is what I really feel like doing. That passion that you developed there. I mean, you are doing law, and from there you went into the trust, work, and
Actually,
then you
doing law
started.
was also a part of this. Doing law was also a part of this. My father was into a matter that is into a case like since 30, 35 years. And he said that this matter really needs someone to take care of. And I think you should opt for law. If you choose, it is good. I mean, he always supported me. If he even said, if you want to go to ashram right now, you can go. But this is also a thing that you can do. And then I said, yes, I should go for this. I can do it. And yes, I just did my law. I completed my law. And I was like into whatever matters he told. I was into solving all those matters. And I loved it. I enjoy my work, whatever I do till date. I really enjoy it.
So it's been how
So
many years you have been into this now?
actually, since childhood, but technically speaking, I will say independently and individually handling all the things on my own is only after when my father, when I lost my father, after my father's, uh, since 2015, you can say.
5 years you have been handling everything, and
Yes, yes,
yeah, I completely understand. Uncle was a real inspiration. I mean, no one who would have walked past him could have ever realized he's doing so much, and the gentlemanness that he has always shown. I still remember him that way. I mean, that's he was a very
yes.
sweet person,
He
and
was
yes, I
alive.
know how attached you were to your father, and yeah, so
Yes,
that's your inspiration, that's where you developed your passion. So somewhere I
yes,
believe he also got to that point where he pulled out your interests, and he showed you a different zone, a different path where you could also
yes,
surpass things.
yes.
So that's really wonderful, Trupti. That's really wonderful. So Trupti,
Yeah.
being in this career of mine of learning and development, I have trained across many people and many youth, or at times many professionals. They also come and tell me that they don't know what their purpose in life is. And everybody, of course, should have a purpose and a passion to live,
Mhm.
but uh, some people come and tell me, I don't have it, I don't know what to do next. So according to
Mhm.
you, what could be a right age, or what could be a right time for a person to have a particular purpose or passion in their life?
Yeah. Actually, according to me, there's no proper age for following your passion. And you just have to focus on your likings, your what actually you feel from inside. There is a voice from inside, coming inside from you, who guides you, who tells you, no, this is my interest, this is my interest, I love doing this, I love doing that. You just have to focus on it, be honest, be truthful. And I think one must believe in yourself, only then the world believes in you. You must stand for all the things that you like, and you should just go and get it, like never to die spirit. And follow your heart, follow whatever the things, like sometimes many things come to pull you down, but still you should face it very strongly and bravely. That is what I think.
Now that you mentioned, things come to pull you down. So
Yes.
my thing is that, when I have got my passion, when I've got something which I really want to do, I'm sure everybody faces this, that nobody is prepared that ye challenge aayega. I will have to face this kind of a challenge in my life. But when it
Hmm.
comes, it either pulls you down and it takes you completely off the track, or you really face it. So did you also go through some challenges? And if, I'm sure you must have, what
Hmm.
happened at that point of time? Did you just lose focus, or did you build, refocus it? If you refocused, how did you do it? How did you manage to go through? And looking at you and knowing you, I see you have passed out 5 years in this, so I'm sure you have
Yes.
surpassed your
Yes.
challenges. So
Camera
what
hello me.
continue?
Huh. Hello.
Uh-huh. I can help. I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me, right? Okay. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh. So actually, okay, I don't know why my camera is stopped. All right.
It's all running. It's all running. You can continue.
Okay, it's all running. Okay, okay, yeah, fine. Uh, no, actually, what people, I mean, we should not be like influenced by negativism. And there are negative elements, there are nuisance creating stuff around us, but still, even in that stuff, we should focus on our dream, on our aim, and we should follow it. What may come, you just have to do and do and do and keep on doing. Never stop, never get bullied by other people, or what other people says doesn't matter, really doesn't matter, when you are focused and when you are completely into what you want to get there. You have to keep on trying. That is what I would say. You just have to keep on trying and trying and trying and never, never, ever stop. That is
That's
what
what you
I
have
also
done.
did. Yeah.
Wow. That's really inspirational, Trupti, because yes, I do second what you have said. But then, there are times when you actually get lost. You don't know what next step should I take to, reach that goal, because you don't find any path. Especially, now the situation in this pandemic situation, many people
Hmm.
having lost their jobs, they don't know what, they have to pursue in their life, what they should take up. So,
Hmm.
they are completely lost, they are completely defocused. What,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
according to you, you feel that they should actually think about, or they should actually work on?
See, actually, opportunity knocks you every day. You have to understand whether this is the opportunity or not. You have to recognize the opportunity. And I know that pandemic and this all stuff has like it's done too much to this world actually. And people are so many people have lost their jobs, so many are still struggling, so many are still trying to find their ways out. And instead of like you as I said, that you opportunity comes you each day. I think living your life and leading it and searching and keeping on searching and asking and there are so many things that you can do. There are so many things that you can do. And you just have to communicate to reach to the opportunities or to reach to people who are there sitting for you. And that's how you can get out of all this stuff. You can follow, you can still I think, I mean, I have seen many people even today that some of them have lost the jobs. They have approached us, they are asking for jobs, they are asking for please do something for us and all this stuff. And we are trying our best that in these times people should really get into a right stream. And after all, living is hard, and you really have to work hard for it, towards it. So therefore I think opportunities are there, you should just step out of the house. That is there. That is it, I would say.
You're saying leave the comfort zone, move out, see what
Yes,
opportunity is there, grab it,
yes,
and
sure.
work towards it.
Work towards
Okay.
it. Absolutely.
How easy is this, Trupti, breaking out, from your comfort zone? Because I'm sure you have done it for yourself. You have broken all the barriers. Knowing you were always that person who was very happy with the family. You would not, I have never seen you having that, wish or that intention to go out, meet people, talk to people, knock people, and, check their information. And today when I see you, for your temples, for your trusts, you go and you meet the CM, you go and meet, all kinds of ministers, all kinds of, top level to bottom level people. You take that initiative, and I am pretty sure that this, which Trupti I knew did not have that as a strength, but today the Trupti that I know, she has transformed and she has, gotten that as her strength. So when you talk about breaking those barriers, breaking those comfortable zones, coming to that unknown zone and, working towards it, what are the challenges and how did you break it?
See, actually, the same thing again I would like to say here is just believe in yourself and the world believes in you. And the thing that when you have taken a decision, when you have decided to hit it, to go towards it, then what may come? I know it was really very difficult for me to come out of my comfort zone and uh, I mean to meet people, but I would really thank my family and my all my supporters, because they have given me such a comfort level, and the trust that people, the faith that people had in my father, the same faith I can see in their eyes about me. So that is a huge responsibility for me. And when the sense of responsibility suddenly hits you, you tend to get out of your comfort zone. When the kind of responsibilities you want to carry out, you are willing to do it, then I think you manage to get out of your comfort zone and you face it, you stand towards life, you stand and face it, and you make through it. That is what I think I have been doing since this
तृप्ति, ये
uh,
पूरे दौर में कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ जहाँ पे यू फेल्ट कि बस हो गया, अभी नहीं होने वाला है ये, आई हैव टू जस्ट स्टॉप इट नाउ, आगे कोई रास्ता ही नहीं है? डिड यू फेस दैट काइंड ऑफ अ सिचुएशन? व्हाट हैपेंड?
um, yes, I mean, when actually that was I will share one issue over here. It was a one temple issue, that is a global humanitarian monument, I would say, and it was built around 800 to 900 years ago. That is a well, and for all the and during around 900 years ago, there was casteism, and lower caste people were completely neglected, were thrown out. They were not respected. They were like treated like animals. And at that time, our Sarvajna Shri Govind Prabhu, he took avatar in at a Brahmin family, and he was the person who taught equality, and who really took. I mean, he was the one who showed how equal people are. All people are equal. Be it there was no casteism. I mean, he abolished, he tried to abolish the casteism, and even men and women, there was no equality for men and women then. That was also, he also stated that also. And the well, actually, what happened? The Brahmins had thrown these lower caste people out of the village, and our Sri Prabhu Baba went there. He showed them to you can. I mean, he told them to build a well over there, and they digged up a well, and that is what we worship. That is a place of worship for us. And at that time, the well was built around 900 years ago, and this well was in danger due to the railway line in around 2009. So the railways built a railway track, a railway line, and that railway line was into working. Like three trains were going. Three trains were literally like at one was passing at 11, one was passing at 2 p.m., one was passing at 6 p.m., and it was in a working condition, and all the trains were passing, and it was like our temple, our well will be destroyed due to the vibrations of the passing of railways. So at that time, my father took the initiative and he approached all the authorities up to the Central Railways. And that time, like the Central Railways also, we received a letter from Central Railways, kind of, that yes, we will surely protect your well. They also did, I mean, they gave us a letter. They conducted a survey over there, and they gave us a letter, a promising letter, kind of, that we have shift that we will shift the track, and around 14.3 meters away. But that wasn't done by the railways. And on that letter, on the basis of that letter, my father really fought a fight of, say, 17 long years, convincing the Central Railways to shift the railway track, and that too working that alignment was like train was going on, moving on, and that was a total impossible stuff. And when my father passed, after my father passed away, he passed away in 2014. And for me, that was a very, very big challenge, because till 2014, still we were not receiving proper, uh, proper replies from the railways that they will shift, or they will really conduct all the stuff, shifting of railway track. And people who actually had supported my father once also approached me and said, "Ki stop doing it. Don't do it, because railway line has already railways are working, and they won't shift the track." And I was like, no, my father has given so much of his time, so much of his energy, and so much into shifting the track and saving the monument. So I took it as a challenge. Well, people supported me, like saying, "Ha, she has gone crazy and all, let her do what she wants to do." I said, "Okay, fine, I'll do it." And then it was like a rigorous thing for me, like till 2016 end. I was continuously going to Railway Delhi board. That's a railway board at Delhi, Rail Bhavan, and I was continuously approaching all the local MLAs, all the things, and I even thought of approaching court. But when I took advice of a senior lawyer, he said, if the thing is done with political pressure, it will be better. So I said, okay, fine. And I was into completely, like, my father has done it, and he believed that the track will be shifted. And due to it, I said, no, I have to try. I have to try it, even if people are with me or not with me. I will do it. I will try my best. Either the thing will happen or I will fail. Result was never into my mind, but just I had seen my father trying and trying and trying, and till the end, he was like into it, completely into it, trying it. And even at the hospital in his last days, he told me, the work has been done. You just go and bring the letter that the track has been shifted and make them implement it. And then some another surveys were taken. Then I, due to my follow up, continuous follow up, it really took a drastic turn, and it really astonished me that how can like all were into this won't shift, the track won't shift, if the monument, if the temple is getting destroyed, let it get destroyed. That was the view of many people. And I was, no, I have to save that temple. And literally, I got a letter from the Central Railways saying that we are shifting the track. And that was what made me like, oh my God. See, but faith can move mountains. That is what I uh, got that big experience. And the track really, they invested 7 crore of rupees and they shifted the track, and the train started from the new shifted track. And that was the day I really, really, really remembered my God and my father so much. I missed him so much because it was his willpower and his work, his dedication towards God and towards this project to save a temple, to save a monument, and it really worked out. So you have to accept the challenge first when you have decided, and you have to move on instead of waiting or getting affected by negativism. That is what I would say here.
Wow, Trupti, that is, I mean, mind-blowingly inspirational. I know it's a very, core incident, if very touchy thing to your heart, and you shared it so beautifully. The more I look at you, the more proud, the more joy I feel, and the challenges that you overcome. I mean, one thing which I can surely say, that with your experience, people who are watching it should definitely understand that it's not just about having faith and belief. You have to constantly go on working with that faith. That no matter
Yes.
what end result, till I have the stamina, I
Yes.
have to go on fighting for it. So
Fighting for it,
that's
right.
the responsibility that you have towards your own passion, towards your
Yes.
own aims. So, I mean, that experience was brilliantly mind blowing, Trupti.
Yes.
Uh, with all this, though, there is a lot of message that you have shared, but I would really want you to, because we are about to come to the closure of the session, I would like you to share one thing that you feel that youth today, specifically, the generation that is coming up with, upcoming graduates and all, what, according to you, should they actually have in mind when they dream of becoming successful? What is it that they should remember, they should work towards when they feel that, I want to be somebody in my life, I want to be successful? What would you say to them?
See, according to me, success is a journey of accomplishing a task and again taking another task and accomplishing it again. And you should kind of never stop trying. You should keep on trying and trying and trying. Hard work, that is what my father taught me. There's no compromise for hard work. You should keep working hard, and you should focus on the things. As I said earlier, you should be so much focused that what may come, nothing ever should divert you from your focus. And you must make it a point to learn something new every day. And the youth today is very, very, very talented, not like in our times, but uh, today's youth is so much reasoning. They keep on asking you, they are so much reasoning, they are relevant, and therefore I will just tell them to be focused, to not get diverted by any stuff or by the environment. Sometimes there are so many pressures on you, so many pressures that you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're not going here, you're not going there. There are expectations, there are pressures, there are everything. But yes, this is life. That is what exists. But you have to go through it. With it, you have to live with it, and you have to go through it.
Wow. That was a brilliant message, Trupti. I'm sure people who are watching this could definitely pass this over to everybody around. And It's always good to hear from you. It's always good to know more about you, because every day, every time I talk to you, you become a new inspiration for me. So thank you so much for doing this, Trupti. And to my viewers, to us, I mean, I would really like to thank you for giving this time for both of us and listening to us, for all the conversation that has happened. If you have any questions, anything that you want to ask, please feel free to connect with us on tanushribhattacharya.in, and we will be happy to answer you. Thank you so much, Trupti, for being here. We'll see each other again. Till then,
Yeah.
bye.
Bye. Namaskar.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.